Women are scared of happily single men. You want to know why? Let's get into it. Being happily single as a man makes you more appealing. Men that don't need to be in a relationship. Men that have high standards. Men that don't chase women. They chase in purpose. This makes women think, wonder if that man is actually interested in them, and will in turn, y'all listen to this, increase the value of that man and his expressed interest in their minds.
Modern women want what they can't have, and they can't have the men who are perfectly fine being on their own, because those men know their worth and they're not going to devalue themselves to be with a modern woman. Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Manhood titled "Women are Angry, Men are Happily Single and Done with Dating BS." They just can't seem to stand the idea that men can get along just fine without them. Now, today's video was suggested to me by Locke the Bounty Hunter, so don't forget to subscribe to both of their channels, and let's jump right into it.
It's the rude awakening that men have needed for thousands of years.
I have 4 big things to say about this, but first of all, I'm not quite sure where this belief came from that if more women divorce their husbands, that these men are just going to believe that it was all their fault and they're going to grow and get better. No, there's never just fault on one side, and men know that. Second of all, most men that go through divorce end up losing a lot in the form of lost time with their children and financially through spousal support and child support. So many men just feel victimized by the court system.
It takes a demented mind to think that destroying a good man is somehow good for society. The men they destroy have to rebuild their lives after she's done using the courts against them. If anything, he's going to want to stay away from women after that.
Thirdly, a lot of these men that get put through the ringer, they eventually build themselves back and they realize that they're a lot happier being single. It's actually a lot more peaceful for them. And fourthly and lastly, a lot of men never want to get married again, or in the first place, because they hear women like this talking about divorce as if it's some sort of punishment for her not being happy, as if his needs and the family's needs have nothing to do with it. And men are smarter than that.
A marriage takes a lot of work, but for some reason, the second-day modern wife doesn't feel like she's the center of attention at all times. Then it's the husband's fault, and the only solution is to break up the family.
If you look at the stats on who's happiest, the happiest people are single women and married men. They're the 2 happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
But the happiest groups of people, like not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them, basically.
Not only is that statistic just completely inaccurate, it's also deeply insulting. Women like this try to imply that men are nothing but incompetent slave drivers. They know nothing about how men work whatsoever.
Would you rather be married and miserable or single and lonely?
Single and lonely, as long as I have my money. If you not my thought process, I cannot have you around me because you're gonna fuck up my life.
Can you be lonely and not miserable?
You can be lonely and have a blast. 9 times out of 10, when somebody tells you they're lonely, are they happy?
No.
Are they happy?
No. I disagree.
Are they happy?
I've been lonely and happy.
You can be lonely and happy. You cannot be miserable and happy. It doesn't make sense.
When I'm feeling lonely, it's easier for me to feel loved if I go around people I love. When I'm miserable, I could be around y'all and I'm still miserable.
Men were born to be self-sufficient, and even if times can get lonely, it's still better to be alone than be with a woman who makes it her mission just to treat you like crap.
Here is why intelligent men stay single. At work, being logical is rewarded, but that doesn't work with dating. Women want to feel emotions. This means flirting, telling stories, and making her laugh. Only when you stir her emotions can her attraction for you grow.
That used to be true. The problem is that modern women put all of their energy into their emotions, and they expect men to make her feel in love every single day. That's impossible and just straight up unreasonable.
Do you think men are happier when they are single or in a relationship? This question comes up because I got into a bit of an argument on Facebook this week because someone had posted a very long and detailed post alluding to just that fact, that men, when they are free to pursue their own goals and see who they want and hang out with friends and do all the things that they want to do, are actually happier than when they're in a relationship.
When a man has more freedom, he's able to enjoy his life and protect his peace. If he's in the wrong relationship, he gets neither, and he's supposed to be thankful for that.
And I agreed, because the reality is that men typically give up their goals and hopes in lieu of whatever she wants them to do. Of course, this led to a lot of arguments and a lot of hate from the women at me, which I am very much used to, which is fine. What I want to know is...
The women who are getting angry with him hate the fact that men are perfectly fine being alone and they are not. They're not only miserable, they want everyone around them to be miserable as well.
When you get enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for, you're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government, because once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt everybody talks about.
The amount of hate and anger in the world is absolutely insane today, and you can only carry so much hate in your heart until it just explodes.
I can't see one single positive argument for staying single today. We're having a cigar the other day with this guy when we did the live podcast. He's 35 years old, makes millions, but he doesn't want to get married. He says, it's too risky getting married today. I said, it's too risky getting married today. I said, man, it's too risky staying single today. Like, what do you think life is all about? Pulling up to a restaurant in a Rolls Royce? For what? Who cares? Those people that say, what a nice car, don't give a shit about you. Everything about life is investing in things that outlive you. Man wants to live forever, but we're not going to. The only way you're going to get a glimpse of living forever is by what you build.
It's crazy how there are men out there who condemn other men for wanting to stay single. The risk of starting a family with the wrong woman can cause really significant problems to a man's life.
4 reasons why being a single man in your 30s is awesome. Number 1, you're actually attractive to women, okay? A lot of guys spend time in their 20s not feeling attractive to women at all, but if you work on yourself in your 30s, you're gonna be a lot more attractive to them. Number 2, you're less desperate for sex. The good thing about being in your 30s is you're not a complete horn dog all the time. It actually helps. 3, you have money to finally do what you want and you're not sweating over the check when the bill comes. 4, you have less pressure to settle down and have kids. This is one of the benefits of being a guy as opposed to women who experience a lot of pressure during this time.
There's also the preservation of that man's peace, not having to sacrifice everything for a woman who would lecture him about being on fire instead of grabbing an extinguisher to help him.
You want to know why men over 40 are staying single? I'll tell you why. Because society raised women to be wives to careers, not husbands. And now the men who were once overlooked are watching rebellion unfold and choosing peace over chaos. These ain't excuses. These are the raw, unfiltered reasons men are walking away from modern women, and many of them don't plan on looking back. You better watch this all the way through or keep wondering why that good man ain't calling you back. Let's set the record straight. This ain't about men being bitter. This ain't about men being weak. This is about men getting wise, men getting structure, and men finally realizing what marriage has turned into and what it costs when you choose a woman who ain't built for submission, peace, or purpose.
Modern women oftentimes don't want marriages, they just want the wedding. They don't want kids, they want the image of a family. And they are willing to get that at the cost of everything a man has built for himself.
And if you're one of those women thinking, well, maybe he just can't handle a strong woman, sit tight. You're about to find out he didn't lose interest. He gained clarity. First reason, divorce destroys a man's life. Older men have seen it too many times. Good men getting gutted in court. He loses his house, he loses his pension, his legacy, and she walks away with half his world for bringing nothing but attitude to the table. Why would any man jump into a legal system designed to reward rebellion and punish masculinity?
This is what happens when you punish masculinity. The men walk away and embrace the lives that they made for themselves. It's inevitable after the mess that modern women made. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.